Hi, this is Jeff Barber for This Week in Santa Clarita. In the next few weeks, we're going to focus on public art projects throughout the city. We're going to start with our California Bear project, and we have artist Scott Groller here, and we're going to go to him and ask him some questions about the project. Scott, please tell me about the inspiration for the bear. Why did you choose the photographs, and just give me some background about how it went in this direction.
The idea for the bear started with the city of Santa Clarita, and they decided to create an art project that was similar to the LA Angels or the cows from the Midwest. The bear was a logical choice, and I really liked the idea of the bear. They decided to initiate the project with the bear that would sit right here, which would be called Heritage Bear. So the title of the park and the title of the bear itself sort of inspired the ideas for putting the images on it. But I wanted to create a photo collage that would represent the history of the Santa Clarita Valley and also explain what's going on in the valley right now. So what I did was I chose to pull images from a lot of different sources, historic sources, and then also artists and photographers working in the area. I chose to use the historic photographs on one side of the bear and create a sepia-tone collage. And I chose to cover the other side with these contemporary color photographs.
Why did you choose the opposite sides?
It's simply a distinction. It's a natural line that would separate the old from the new, and by doing so, it created this impression of the bear from one angle that would be completely different from the rest, which is something that I think fits pretty well with the history of this valley, which is that it came from one place, which is this very Western train, Indian, place, and it's evolved into this explosion of excitement and color and life and this suburban neighborhood. And so I wanted to make that distinction. So you can see that from viewing it from one side, you can see all of the contemporary stuff. The other side houses the historic.
And how many photos are on total?
There are over 400 photographs on this thing. And none of them are larger than 8 by 10-ish. Some of them are a little bit smaller. But quite a collection. I've got a good collection from the whole valley of these photos.
So people sent some of these photos into you?
Yeah, some of the photos, let's start with the historic side. I contacted the Historical Society, and Leon Warden, who's running the image archive there, was gracious enough to allow me to have access to all these historic photographs that he's got. And so most of those historic photographs came from the Historical Society. The color photos on the contemporary side came from the community. They came from the fine photographers at the Signal newspaper and the Daily News. Brian Knighting gave me a lot of photographs. David Crane from the Daily News gave me a lot of photographs. And a lot of photos came from the community. The Santa Clarita Photographers Association pulled together a collection. And some just came through email from citizens. And
I'm sorry to interrupt. How long did it take you to complete the bear from the blank bear to what we see right now?
The process was kind of invisible for a long time because I did the collecting, and that took a long time to get and to amass all of these images and cull them down and to get them edited so that they would fit. And then started the printing process. I was printing these things for quite some time, 2 or 3 weeks. It was a slow but sort of regular process. Once I got everything printed and cut out and ready to go, I did it within 48 hours. I stuck them on there within 48 hours.
Any photos dear to you here? Anything you want to point out?
I've got my boys on there, so those are of course dear to my heart. But there are a lot of photos from my family. I think I'm on the foot here. I think that my boy's on top right here. I think I've got another kid right about there. There's my wife. But there's a lot of things that are really just poignant images to represent the valley. And it's sort of self-explanatory when you see it. I don't like to talk about specific images too much, but I hope that they represent the whole valley. I try to get as much inclusion as possible. From the historic side as well, I also went to the Tataviam Indian folks and they were nice enough to give me a collection of photographs. So there's plenty of equal representation, I hope, on the bear.
So anything else you need to add, Scott?
Well, I was really excited to do it, and I'm really grateful to all the photographers who contributed images. There's actually there's a little secret hidden Easter egg underneath. A lot of people see the sides of it, but not many people crawl underneath. If you crawl underneath, there's a list of credits for all the people who submitted photographs and that were used on the bear. So that's
Great.
something special you can look for.
All right. Well, thank you, Scott, very much for talking to us about the Heritage Bear. And folks, stay tuned for future installments about public art in the city of Santa Clarita.